You've hit your 40s, and the rules you've always played by seem a little different now. The styles that used to be your go-to aren't anymore. Then you're run from. If you're ready to sidestep the cliches of midlife and redefine it on your own terms, you're in the right place. In this chat, I'm breaking down 7 crucial things that will allow you to not only survive, but thrive in midlife. Hi, I'm Ann Johnson. I'm 63 and I've successfully navigated my 40s and 50s and come out stronger and more centered than ever. I'd like to share what I've learned with you. Y'all ready to chat? You know what? This chapter of your life is actually better than the chapter you're leaving. There's a study that took place between 2023 and 2025 that showed that people in their 50s are actually happier than people in their 20s. I think because we've got all the BS behind us, and that's why we're happier. And I'm right about that because apparently the study found that stress is accentuated in your 20s and diminishes once you hit your 50s, which I'm not so sure if you're going through menopause, if the stress is completely gone, but it's a different kind of stress. Now, my list isn't a list of don'ts to make you feel guilty. It's a permission slip so you can ditch the old mindsets that are holding you back. Number 1, avoid the invisibility cloak. First off, let's stop dressing to disappear. Our bodies have changed. So what? Quit dressing to hide things. I mean, when you wear big oversized clothes trying to hide the pooch, all you do is accentuate big. I have this big bulky sweater and I just love this sweater, but I look like a linebacker in it and it's oversized. So it doesn't always work trying to hide it. In fact, it accentuates it. So what's the Thrive solution? Embrace clothes that skim your body, not tight. You don't wear tight clothes, but that fit you. Don't hide what you have. Honor your body and where you are today. Don't hide from color, please. Don't wear black all the time because you think you look thinner in it. Jazz up your wardrobe with some bright colors. Start simple if you have to. Just buy a colorful blouse. You'll feel better. It'll brighten your face. If you have gray hair, like me, you want to wear bright colors anyway. Use it to communicate your irrelevance and own your space. If you're feeling irrelevant or like you're invisible, I have a chat on that, and I'm going to put the link to it in the description below. Number 2, avoiding the comparison game. This second one is a sneaky one that can kill joy faster than anything you're doing. And that's comparing yourself to other people or comparing yourself to what you're seeing on social media. It's a doom scroll to go down and look at all these beautiful women who are doing beautiful things. Meanwhile, you're cooking dinner, cleaning the house, and going to work. Scrolling is a game you will never win. You're competing against an algorithm. That's right, it's an algorithm. It's not real people. And when you're looking at those pictures on social media, keep something in mind. Those pictures are touched up. They're not real. My hairstylist was telling me how she won't do weddings anymore. And the main reason is because all these women getting married see these fabulous photos on Pinterest showing all these wonderful hairdos that are impossible to do with the hair they have. And my stylist says, I always have to tell them, we can't do that for you. And they end up upset and angry because that's what they were counting on. That's what social media does. Instead of comparisons and false expectations, go with the Thrive method. Find women who mirror you. That's the realistic way of approaching it. Another way to thrive is to turn your focus inward. Start a journal. I know that sounds cliche. Everyone says journal. But at the end of the day, write down 3 things that day that went well for you and that you feel good about. And I guarantee you do that for a few days, it's going to make you feel good. And you're going to stop comparing your life to other people's lives. Number 3, avoiding the beauty rut. Trap number 3 is getting in a rut where you still have the same hairstyle or the same makeup, same matte lipstick you had when you were in your 20s and 30s. My aunt still uses the same makeup brand. I'm sure her skin has changed over the years, but she never accommodated it, and it looks like it. So ditch the matte lipstick, the heavy eyeliner, black eyeliner that makes your eyes look sunken just because you used to wear it when you were younger. Now's the time to wear lighter makeup. The Thrive solution is to refresh and enhance, not mask. Great makeup starts with great skin. So make sure you have a really good routine. Wash your face at night, get all that crap off your face, and moisturize. And make sure before you put your makeup on that you have moisturized your face. I guarantee you, if you do nothing else, that'll freshen up your look. A slight variation in how you apply your blush or maybe a winged eyeliner will help refresh you as well. It's all about looking like the best version of yourself right now. If these tips are resonating with you and you're ready to step into your power, become powerful for me and hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And by the way, go ahead and pick your comments below. Love to hear what you're doing to thrive. Number 4, avoiding the myth of settling down. This one is huge. You don't have to settle down just because you're midlife. That's crazy. That little voice in your head that says, I can't do that, or I'm too old to pull that off. That's a voice from the past. That's back when people thought you were going into a decline when you hit 50. Or 60. Believe me, I'm not in a decline. Thinking that you're settling down is very limiting, and it stifles growth and joy. The Thrive solution is to do micro experiments. You don't have to quit your job and move to France. Just try little things to jazz yourself up. As I mentioned before, buy a bright blouse. Learn to cook a new dish if you're interested in culinary arts. Start the garden. Take a class. There's a lot of things you can do that are outside your bailiwick. Something that sparks your interest. But you can do it. Nothing's holding you back. The act of trying is to win. Look at this time in your life. It's not the ending. It's just a launch pad. Number 5. Avoid putting your health on the back burner. Unfortunately, this is a common one for women to do, especially if you're juggling a lot of things right now. If you still have teenagers and you have an aged parent, there's not much time to take care of you. I remember those days, and sometimes I still have those days. So what happens is you ignore nagging symptoms, you skip doctor's appointments, you let stress become your mainstay. I mean, you're not looking after yourself anymore. You're looking after everyone else. Ignoring your health doesn't just make you tired, it sabotages yourself so that you can't feel joy. The Thrive solution is to become the CEO of your own health. You can't pour anything out of an empty cup. You need to fill the cup. Prioritize 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Make sure your exercise includes strength training. I make it a point to go to the gym at least 3 times a week. I'm busy, but that is something that is a priority for me, and I make it a priority. And I do the weights on the machines. And I was nervous about doing that in the beginning because I'd never done it before. And it turned out, I figured out real fast, nobody cares. Everyone is so into themselves, I mean big time, that nobody notices if you're doing the weight backwards. So what you do is you just, when you sign up, say, hey, can somebody show me how to do these weights? They'll do it and fumble through it. Like I said, no one will care or watch you. But you need that strengthening, especially in the perimenopause and menopause days when you're losing bone mass. So for your future self, get into an exercise routine. Eat right. Try to limit the processed foods. Eat foods that only have 1 or 2 ingredients in them. And if you can't pronounce what's on the box, probably shouldn't be eating it. These small, consistent investments in your health pay big dividends, not only now, but down the road. Number 6, avoid financial neglect. This is a tough one, especially if you're living paycheck to paycheck. And for many women, this is the one where you are not looking at your bank statements monthly. You don't know what your expenses are, or you've turned over everything to your partner and you don't know what's going on. None of this is good. You may have a constant low hum of financial anxiety, but are too overwhelmed to do anything about it. I've been there, so I know about that. Finances, or poor finances, is a major barrier to thriving. True freedom is tied to financial health. The Thrive solution is to take one small step today. And I'm not saying become a stockbroker or guru, financial guru. I'm saying track your spending for the week. See where your money's going. Then track what's coming in. What's your income? Compare it. See where you're at. If you don't know where you're at, you can't be financially healthy. Listen to a podcast for women on financial planning. Set up a preliminary appointment with a financial advisor and hear what they have to say about your finances or what you should be doing. Taking control of your finances is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself in midlife. And number 7, avoiding the belief that the best years of your life are behind you. This is the ultimate trap. It's the trap of feeling you've already crested the hill and now everything is downhill. Believing this is what brings on a crisis. It makes you mourn the past instead of looking to build your future. I was forced out of my job when I was 55 years old. I wasn't young enough anymore. It was blatant ageism, but nothing I could put my finger on to say, hey, discriminating against me. But they kept hiring really young people, and a couple other people left that were my age. So I was like the last one left. So when I was done with that and walked out that door, I was dejected and thought, is this it? Is my career over with? But then I started freelance writing. I was a journalism major in college, and I always wanted to freelance write, and I never did. But now I had the opportunity to do it, and I still do it. So what looked like a loss, I turned into something positive so that I built a future and am still building a future. It's not over if you have a setback in your 40s, and you can come back stronger than you were before. Because I ended up happier than when I was in that old job. Your 40s and 50s are not an epilogue. They're the beginning of the next chapter of your story. You know yourself better than ever, and you even have a greater capacity of joy because all the silly stuff from the past isn't important anymore. You know what's the priority in life. True confidence doesn't come from looking or being 25 years old again. It's embracing the wonderful woman you've become. So there you have it. 7 traps you can avoid in midlife to thrive. It's about being intentional with your living. What are you going to avoid? I'd love to hear it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for the chat.